Wow, you're right. She actually wears the right symbol. She's one of us. Surely every single thing she will say about Classic Plus would turn out to be true.
Last video, we talked about when Blizzard is going to announce the future of WoW Classic. Thor hates this, but I thought your comments were riveting.
Classic Plus is up ahead,
them.
boys.
Today, I want to answer an even more important question. Why? Why would Blizzard dedicate years of development and millions of dollars toward another version of the game that was launched more than 20 years ago?
That's right, folks.
I like money.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original?
Money.
Modern Blizzard has multiple World of Warcraft teams and one dedicated to WoW Classic. That's a serious investment. And according to Blizzard themselves,
I just answered her
Season of
question, by the way.
Discovery wasn't just a game, it was an investment and research. So why now? I think the simple answer comes down to one thing: demand. And I don't just mean Blizzard's own servers. I mean the MMO community has been asking for a true Classic experience for years. Blizzard has released almost every version of Classic imaginable. Classic Era, Hardcore, Season of Discovery, Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, even Miss a Pandora Classic.
No.
Some players would argue...
No. No. Whenever I see Panda, no. Let's cut it right there. You're right until Wrath of the Lich King. Cataclysm is a stretch. Panda? Ain't no way. Yeah, isn't it crazy that Classic Plus is getting so much hype and Blizzard has done nothing? And Guild Wars 3 is getting negative hype when ArenaNet posts something. Yeah, because people love World of Warcraft, and Guild Wars 3 is looking to be very DEI, millennial-coded, woke trash. Nobody wants that. Everyone wants, like, the chuds back, right? I hate using that term. It's so cringe. But everyone, like, wants manliness in their game again, and they think that Classic Plus can give it again. And I really hope they're right, because I hope for it, right? There's a reason why I play the Horde every single time. It's just, like, the cool faction. It's the better faction. Yeah, Horde is one true faction, rest is dead weight. Exactly. You know it.
that you're not really getting the Classic experience in Panda. Azeroth has changed dramatically, but through
She does
every
have
release,
yeah,
the
she does
same
have a Guild
comments
Wars
start
2
to
box in the
surface.
background.
From Reddit,
I see that.
socials, YouTube. I can't wait for Classic Plus. Think about that for a second. Blizzard has given players many ways to revisit the Classic experience. And instead of satisfying the audience, it's created an even bigger appetite for something completely new. One of my favorite examples is when Season of Discovery ended. Instead of waiting for Blizzard, the community came together to start their own Season of Discovery fresh.
Streamers were so starved for attention that was slowly dying off, and they created fake hype to actually make sure their viewers would come in and give them more money. That was genius. That was a genius attempt at, like, that was a very brave attempt at the infinite money glitch. Unfortunately, it only lasted for like 2 weeks. And then the hype completely died off and nobody's playing Season of Discovery again. But they already made some huge bucks out of it, so kudos to them. They actually made it.
Start. Thousands of players decided to restart together. No official server, no rewards, no Blizzard support. They voluntarily time-gated themselves and also wanted to recreate that magical, fresh server restart together. I love community-driven events like this, and it really just tells us something that Blizzard really can't ignore. When players start inventing the experiences they wish, that's a sign. It tells us Blizzard's current offerings are just not cutting it anymore. Let's start with Ascension. Ascension has existed over a decade, experimenting with things that Blizzard simply couldn't do on the official servers. I see you, Savage.
Couldn't do. Yeah, couldn't do with their own engine. True. Nah, they just didn't want to. Because Blizzard are a bunch of lazy... Damn, I can't say even the word. I can get banned. They're just lazy, incompetent, greedy lizards that incapable of creating anything good. And that's the result. They're just prefer to... They rather take down Ascension than integrate it into their own official servers. Because they're deathly afraid of being mogged on their own official BattleNet. It's insane. It's just embarrassing.
Just talking about Ascension in my last video. Their Bronzebeard realm mixed classic with modern systems. Mystic Scrolls replaced...
It's nothing like classic. I played that. It's literally retail minus. Like, let's not call it classic, right? If you enjoy that, like, great. It's not classic. Stop. Like, it's not even remotely close. You quite literally one-shot every single mob. It's and now the nerds in the chat, no, you don't one-shot, you two-shot. Like, okay, chief, sure, whatever. Like, have it your way. You two-shot every mob, and you just waltz through every other piece of content without really dying or taking any risks. But yeah, like, it can be fun for some people. It wasn't for me. The Conquest of Azeroth, in my opinion, was like legendary. I did really enjoy that. That was crazy good. The new one they released. And also, I really wished I could have like played the you know, make your own character, Path of Exile type of thing. I never really got to it because, you know, obviously it's against TOS and stuff. I can't do that anymore.
Placed runes. I had so much fun as a frost mage, going into dungeons and using the frost orb build and watching all of those numbers just stack on top of each other. It was also really cool because the frost mage could have a companion. It was really cool because I got to go out and tame my very own dragon. Classes gained entirely new possibilities. It wasn't exactly vanilla anymore, but players loved experimenting with it. Then came Project Epoch. Instead of reinventing
I never played
everything, Epoch simply asked, what if we just made it better? Small class improvements, new dungeons, expanded leveling, more quests, more reasons to explore Azeroth. It respected vanilla without replacing it. And then launch day happened. Over 100,000 players were waiting in queue just to play.
Damn.
Not playing, waiting. The demand became so overwhelming that Ascension had to step in and take over. That kind of excitement is simply unheard of in a project like this.
And it just goes to show you that private servers, not private servers, like World of Warcraft Classic isn't dead. It's just waiting to be alive again. It's so simple. The moment Blizzard makes a true Classic Plus game that's actually good and are on Turtle WoW level, we're gonna see some numbers we've never seen before. Because you need to remember, most people still are afraid of private servers because of malware, you know, scams, whatsoever. And they're right to do so, by the way. This is like completely rational way of thinking. If you're doing this, you're actually playing the game right. And once it goes live on Blizzard official servers, people will not be as reluctant to play it, or at the very least give it a good try. And I think we're going to see some Wrath of the Lich King numbers. Like 12 million subscribers active, maybe even more. I could be coping out of my damn mind, but I truly believe that if Blizzard manages to pull this off, we're gonna see that.
Then Ascension launched Conquest of Azeroth. But you know what time it is? It's time to ask someone who is actively playing on this server. Unofficially, officially.
Surely not you.
Let's go. It's time. Where's my phone? Where is my phone?
Couldn't be me.
Let's go ask. All right. Okay, it's on. Excuse me, sir. Hi. What you doing?
Not again. What's up?
I have a question. I haven't played this private server. It's called Conquest. You play on that, right?
Absolutely 100% not. And you definitely didn't do this last video you did. I definitely wasn't playing that exactly when you walked up. So, so everything I'm about to say, I guess, is from a friend's perspective.
Yeah, tell me why you like it, because I haven't played on this one.
I see.
Yeah, so, Conquest of
Surely she would not be obfuscating to avoid breaking TOS. Damn, that's crazy. She would never do that. I trust her. She seems legit. It's fine. Yeah, I do miss the times when leveling required thinking, using class toolkits and resource management. Resource management hasn't been a thing, I think. Even in Legion, you didn't need to do that. In Legion, I guess, to some degree, to some extent, you could. But man, like, I played in Midnight and was the most horrible thing I've ever done. After 8 years of not touching the game, bro, like, I played a warrior, you know, obviously, right? My rage was constantly filled to the brim. Until you hit execute range and you start spamming executes, you don't even spend rage. Like, there is no resource management whatsoever. It's insane.
Azeroth is like 21 different classes that are kind of like themed around ideas and presentations that are already in Azeroth.
Yeah, Microsoft is going to fix Blizzard,
Sun
surely.
Cleric or whatever, so I'm definitely not playing a Sun Cleric. Which has been pretty fun. Has the Eclipse system from like from Druids, the Moonkins and all that kind of stuff, but kind of mixes in some Resto Shaman stuff. But anyways, I think what Conquest of Azeroth does well, it's an amalgamation of everything that Project Ascension has worked on over the last 13 years, right? So whether it's the World Forge items out there, which is a really cool feature,
It was.
whether it's Mythic Plus, whether it's just a really smooth experience frontwards and backwards as far as leveling and mounts early on and all that kind of
I
stuff.
think the best part was the classes, really, obviously, right? Like, everyone played for the 21 classes. They were accurate to Warcraft lore. It was so good. So basically, in case you don't know, they removed, like, all the basic classes, like, you know, Paladin, Hunter, and the way that you used to know them, and they made them lore accurate. And that was really, really dope. You had, like, the Starcaller, which is, like, an accurate Night Elf type of dude, just absolutely smacking people up. It was so cool. You could have been a Warden like Maiev. You could have been a range, at, like, a ranged moon. I don't know, like, Ranger, like Tyrande. It was dope. It was absolutely dope. And they nailed it. And if Blizzard would have done that, they would have made serious waves in the gaming industry as a whole. Like, they would have become the juggernaut all over again. But they constantly refuse to adapt and overcome obstacles. They rather just stick with their old classes and constantly prune them and then give them more abilities that are boring or broken or doesn't even, like, you know, function right. And then just do the cycle all over again. They can't even create anything new. Like, I haven't played the Evoker class because, you know, I'm not going to play some furry dragon or, you know, for the scaly stuff. But I heard it was, like, okay-ish. I heard if you played an Evoker, like, let me know. I wouldn't talk about something I don't understand in, but people told me it wasn't that good. I saw the Rainbow Beam and I went like, damn, that's hella cringe.
So I think it does kind of lean a little bit too much into retail, but it's pretty good. It's generally a pretty good time, and I think what people really rallied around with Conquest of Azeroth was the fact that there is 21 new classes and that feeling of discovery.
Yep.
Like, what did you just do? Did you, Primalist just put a tree in the middle of the battleground? What does that mean? Right? So there's been a lot of moments, right, where those like different classes will whip out like a special ability or a.
Yeah, if Blizzard made Conquest of Azeroth, people would hate it. Depends. Listen, Conquest of Azeroth, a lot of people give it leniency because it is a private server and it is free to play, right? So whenever something's free to play, people will be way more reluctant to criticize it because it's free. You don't really lose anything, right? You don't really lose anything by trying it. You can just play the game. If it's like, nah, just vanish. But Blizzard, the moment they start taking money from you, they are, it's like, it's a non-verbal agreement. It's just, how do you say that? It's like, it's an agreement, an invisible agreement, however you want to call that, that you have to give a certain level of product. You can't give out mediocre stuff, because if people are going to play a monthly sub fee, including like a base game or a cash op, whatever, you have to deliver the goods. You have to do that, right? And if Blizzard made Conquest of Azeroth and it was this buggy, unbalanced mess, then yeah, people would have been mad. I think they would have appreciated the classes regardless and like the new zones, but Blizzard would have to fix it. So I do agree and disagree at the same time. It's like, it can go both ways, really.
Passive or something like that, and you're like, what did that person just do? Which is really cool, which I think is really, it brings that sense of discovery. The same sense that I got looking up Thoughtbot back in like 2005. Like, what was that character's weapon?
It's Wowhead nowadays.
So, the sense of discovery and Conquest of Azeroth, as far as like classes go, has been a really big primal mover for that game. So,
cool.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
Yeah.
Not saying I played it. And
Yeah, you definitely don't play it.
Absolutely.
Definitely don't play it.
Not slowing down an arena. Yeah, not definitely
Same.
an arena.
I never
with
played that.
Primalist and a Cultist and a God Hand and a Sun Cleric. That's definitely not what I'm doing. For
Alright.
sure.
I'd like to address the turtle in the room now. Whether you played it or not, Turtle WoW became the benchmark that people compared Classic Plus to. New zones, new quests, new dungeons, new expansion,
Good.
and more importantly, it still felt like vanilla. When Blizzard moved against this project, something remarkable happened. Thousands of players gathered together for one last turtle farewell. Reddit filled with stories of players thanking the developers behind this project. That kind of emotional support doesn't come from something unless you built something players genuinely love. So why
I still think that most people were hoping Turtle WoW was actually somehow going to make it. Like, the moment I knew, even before like it was announced, the Blizzard lawsuit was announced, I knew Turtle WoW was about to be shut down. That's why I quit the game at like max, almost max. I think I was like 58. I was literally doing a Nixie attunement at the time. And like, you know, I just quit it because I knew it was about to be shut down. I knew it was about to be shut down, and I just didn't want to get hooked on it anymore because I know that Blizzard is never going to give me the same feeling Turtle has. I will always look back fondly on the Everlook radio and the endless nights I spent listening to it while leveling. It was the best thing in the world, like GTA type of radio inside of World of Warcraft. Genius. Genius. They brought actual DJs, they made fake commercials. It was so goated. And Blizzard would never do this. Never.
Do I think Blizzard is investing in Classic Plus? I mean, the evidence is right there. You can see it with the server refreshes, the private servers, players asking more after seasons of discovery. Players want more. My last 2 videos, all your comments, all your questions, my questions, all of this is building up to the biggest question yet. What should Classic Plus actually look like? Should Blizzard learn from Turtle WoW? Should they borrow ideas from Epoch? Should they experiment like Ascension? Or should they build something completely new? That's exactly what we're going to dive into in my next video, part 3. If you enjoyed this video,
Part 3? Damn, man, the creators are really milking the Classic Plus situation, huh? Well, that's interesting, but yeah, I mean, nobody really knows what Classic Plus should be because everyone has their own different idea of a Classic Plus. For me, Turtle Wall was great, but I would definitely like something more akin to Ascension in terms of like raiding difficulty, because I do love difficult raids. And I do love classic old feeling. Unfortunately, Ascension is like almost retail fast. It's not really there. If I had to describe it, it would have been like something between classic and retail, but kind of leaning towards more retail vibes. So it just like it depends, right? To each his own. I guess it's just a matter of just Blizzard delivering us something new. We really want a new experience. We want World of Warcraft IP to be good again, and this is something that 99% of us who looking forward for Classic Plus actually wants.